He claims he was attacked by something down in the sewer this morning. Frankly, I can't say I've ever seen anything like it.
The most chilling X-file yet.
This was living inside the body?
No telling what's been breeding down there in the last 100 years.
But they are not alone.
You have a friend at the FBI. Who is this?
It's as out there as television gets. The X-Files, next Wednesday at 8:30 on 2.
Hey, listen up! Yeah! You want to see the latest? Yeah! You want some stuff that'll knock you out? Yeah! Well, 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 New Zealand! You gotta keep your eyes on too! Sneak compete at the wild kind of stuff they do! There's lots of ways to amaze that game! Wanna have a good time feeling? All you gotta do, New Zealand! Gotta keep your eyes on too!
It's about astrology and 12 beautiful females representing each sign of the zodiac as they are photographed at unique Australian locations. Like a photographic plate exposed on each of us at birth, we carry an astrological imprint for the rest of our lives.
Now, for our first 3 star bodies, discover the girl with the darkest moods and innocent sexuality, the one full of surprises you may never understand, and the most elusive yet electric of them all.
Capricorn is related to the most elevated point in the star system. Consequently, it symbolises the highest peak of achievement to which one can aspire.
The symbol for Capricorn is actually the sea goat. It has a goat's head and a fish's tail. Hence, Linda loves the mountainous heights as well as the watery depths of the waterfall.
Capricorns have a tendency for black moods. I myself experience them a lot. I'm not sure why. There's no real obvious reason. They just come on suddenly, and I'm pretty unbearable to live with sometimes. But I like being by myself, have time to myself, and they usually pass.
Linda, one of the reasons for the dark moods of the Capricorn is that within each sign of the zodiac is buried the opposite. The opposite for Capricorn is Cancer, and Cancer is like the crab, with a hard shell and a soft center. It's a very moody and highly emotional sign.
I like anything to do with water or waterfalls. In my childhood, I spent hours playing in creeks and following creek beds and making a mess. I just love water, waterfalls and ponds. Love swimming. There are times when I'd like to get in and talk a lot in a crowd, join in conversations, but I tend to hold back, and I'd rather listen than talk in company of others. I'm very shy. And I think this is very typical of the Capricorn star sign. Capricorns are very ambitious. We have a drive to get to the top. But then we also have a dilemma because we have a chronic need of security, which tends to hold us back a lot.
One of the qualities of Capricorn is the quality of the goat. And that is that it's a solitary creature that stands alone at the top of the mountain.
The most suitable guys for Capricorns are Taurus and Virgo signs. But I like a guy to be tall, muscular, with lots of personality. Someone who's caring and who I can rely upon. But they must be into waterfalls.
Geminis are twins. They have two personalities. They like doing a lot of things at once. I get really edgy if I'm boxed in, caged. I don't like being told what to do. I love challenges, I love risks, I like excitement. I like earthy elements, I like water, I like being on climbing rocks, trees, in the bush, as far away from people as possible. Geminis have difficulty knowing who they are, which comes with our star sign, as represented by the twins. Geminis have lots of nervous energy. We don't like to stay in one position at one time. We're here, we're there, we're fluttering everywhere. If we go out socially, it's really hard to catch us. We're talking to people all over the place. I like to have lots of different friends around me with lots of different sides of them, different moods. I like listening to their ideas. Geminis are like chameleons. In fact, we're very adaptable. We take it as a challenge to fit into any situations. The trouble is, though, we are many things, and people often accuse us of being too changeable or moody.
Being in the presence of a Gemini, Sam, is like being in the presence of a little angel and a little devil at the same time. And they move and change instantly so that you're never quite sure who you're with.
Geminis like taking risks. They can change with their surroundings. Because it's hard for people to get to know us, they often accuse us of being fickle, but we're not. It's just that we like lots of new things, different ideas, and constant mental stimulation. Geminis make great salespeople because we are good communicators. We can talk ourselves in and out of trouble, and we are known as social charmers of the zodiac.
Being with a Gemini is being with a trickster, one that is up to mischief all the time. There is never a dull moment.
My ideal male partner is an Aquarian, Libran, or another Gemini. What we look for is excitement in romance, but for Geminis, it's the thrill of the chase that's the most interesting. I don't like someone who's too demanding, jealous, or domineering. In fact, they have to be full of surprises and be spontaneous.
Aquarians are the most mysterious zodiac sign. They're often accused of being quite detached or aloof, but then they'll come out and say something or do something and it'll just shock everyone. And so this sort of quality makes them very hard to pin down.
Aquarius is the torchbearer, the bringer of new ideas, the lover of freedom, and the one that has to deal with the issue of responsibility.
Aquarians are quite difficult to get to know and understand. Takes me a while to become comfortable with people, but once I do, I tend to let my hair down and really go for it. Aquarians are in the know and on the go, and they tend to like people like that as well. I like to be the centre of attention, but I don't like to be pressured, and freedom to me is about as important as breathing. So anyone that puts restrictions on me or makes demands on me just scares me away. One of my biggest fears probably is becoming intimate with someone, because Aquarians tend to not know themselves, and are quite aloof sometimes, but once they get to know someone, once they let themselves show their inner selves, they can be great, they can be very caring and very loyal. Aquarians are non-conformists. They don't do things like other people do them. They can be quite detached and quite icy, but then once you get to know them, once they feel comfortable with you, they can be quite electric and just let their hair down and have a great time. And I like dancing. It lets my spirit free, and when I feel comfortable, I really love doing things like that. Just something not conventional and just quite different. And that's the way I like other people, is just to be themselves and to be individual and just not conform to the norm. I like to know other people's secrets and delve into their inner selves and lives, but I find it very hard to let my inner self go, and I don't tend to let my secrets out as easily as I like to find out other people's. I think that's because it fulfills my need for intellectual stimulation, but then I don't let out what I'm like, because that's just the way Aquarians are. Aquarians don't tend to rush into relationships, probably because they fear they will lose their freedom. I tend to find that love often comes out of friendship, because it gives me time to get to know people and let my inner self be revealed. People that tend to suit me are Geminis and Librans. Librans give me a bit of balance, bring me back down to earth a tad. Geminis, they share my love for people, and they're not conformists either.
Two hungry guys with $5 each set out to buy the best tasting meal in town. One came back with only a $5 Big Mac combo, burger, fries and a drink. The other snapped up the new $5 quarter pack feed from KFC. 2 pieces of chicken, chips, 2 rolls, potato and gravy and a Pepsi. So how big's your hunger? This $5 snack from Max, or this $5 feed from KFC? It's your choice. You choose.
When we go to our grandparents' farm, we can't wait for Gran to ring the bell for breakfast. Her Kellogg's mini wheats taste much better than the boring cereal we used to get. Mini wheats have wheat on the outside, like Grandad grows, and real fruit inside. Grandad always wants us back to work, but the day we discovered Kellogg's new strawberry mini wheats, he didn't have a chance.
Kellogg's new strawberry mini wheats. They're rated G for goodness too.
It's gonna hit, it's gonna hit, it's gonna hit, it's gonna hit you.
Here's your chance to win one of 5 $1,000 Ever-Ready Shop-a-thons, or one of 150 $100 Ever-Ready Shop-a-thons. Buy any Ever-Ready product to enter. Ever-Ready Shop-a-thon keeps going and going and going at these participating retailers.
Even with the windows open, when you switch on one of Raid's new breakthrough Mozzie repellers, you switch off annoying Mozzies all night, every night, for 45 Mozzie-free nights.
TVNZ brings you the following message, because we care too.
year, 1,112 people came close to drowning on New Zealand's beaches. So give your lifeguard a break. Use a little common sense when you're in the surf this summer.
Hey, check it out, listen.
The Fresh Prince is on the move.
Josh, for real?
To Friday.
Got the excuse from the table, I'm just too darn excited to eat.
Did you get it?
By George, I've got it!
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, now 7:30 Friday on 2.
Sagittarians aim for the stars, like the archer which symbolises our sign, but we're tied to the earth. We like wide areas of open space with lots of room to think and move, but we don't like to be hemmed in too much.
Sagittarius is the truth seeker, aiming for the target, the bullseye, all the time, wanting to be frank, straight and direct in all situations.
Sagittarians, including myself, like to be busy and pretty much hard-working a lot of the time, so we're not sitting around being bored. People accuse Sagittarians of talking too fast, but I feel that's because there is so much to say in so little time. A lot of people don't really understand my feelings. When I'm sad or upset, I like to cover it up by smiling or laughing along with everyone else. Only people really close to me can tell when there is something wrong. I'm a very insecure person, from things to how I look, to talking on film, to relationships, to family. Only a lot of people who are close to me see that. A lot of other people see me as being confident. I hide my insecurities.
Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is larger than all the other planets put together. Consequently, one of the qualities of Sagittarius is expansiveness, generosity, optimism, and the ability to grow. Sagittarians are very able to see the faults in others. They're very perceptive and they have quite a clear vision. The only trouble is they have a little difficulty in turning it around and looking and seeing the faults in themselves.
A lot of Sagittarians speak before they think, which can get them in a lot of trouble. They also tend to say what's on their mind sometimes without worrying about other people's feelings, which can also get them in a lot of trouble.
Sagittarians are traditionally known to be the luckiest sign of the zodiac. Actually, Sagittarians make their own luck. They're hardworking, they see chances when they come, and they take advantage of them.
My ideal man is a Leo or an Aries, but what I look for in a man is someone who is honest and open and likes to talk to you about his feelings. He also has to have a good sense of humour and not take too many things close to heart. He has to be an affectionate person and be willing to give and take. He has to be quite confident of himself, but not in an ugly way.
I don't like arguments, they really upset me, and I don't like being involved with them because I think people should be happy and just keep the peace between each other, because you don't live that very long, and you should always be happy and having fun and living every day like the last. I can never make my mind up about a lot of things, and it always takes time to decide whether to buy this dress or that dress, or like when you're in a restaurant trying to order is just hopeless for me because it takes so long to decide what to eat.
Geraldine, Libra is very much the peacemaker. It loves dreaminess, it loves everything to be balanced and nice, and yet it tends to attract into its life its hidden opposite, which is Aries, and that means a little fire and a little chaos.
It seems like every living hour that we go through is always daydreaming and thinking, will we ever find that person? Will we ever meet that person? And I don't know, it gets lonely sometimes, but if anyone can make the right person, the perfect person, Libra can. I hope no one ever breaks my heart, because it'd really hurt and it'd be hard to get over, and it'd take me a long time, and I'd probably cry all the time and be really depressed, and at the other end of my scale is really low, and probably always thinking of what could have been and daydreaming about that. I'm a very romantic person, and I'd love to have the perfect man so I could spoil him and give him heaps of flowers and shower him with gifts. And if I met the right guy, the perfect guy, I'd be a good wife, because I'd be loyal and I'd always stick by him in whatever he did. My perfect man would probably be a Gemini or Aquarius, because they're very romantic and spontaneous, and I love to be showered with heaps of flowers and roses and gifts. I'd always be faithful to him, and I'd always give him unconditional love and expect the same back from him. And if not, he wouldn't be my perfect man. Librans are very romantic and always daydream about finding the perfect man and being really in love with someone and having them love you like you always daydream about.
Ultra-absorbing performance.
I got you to kiss goodnight.
Yep, they're still at number 1.
I got you and I won't let go. I got you to love me so. I got you.
Is your baby getting Ultra Care?
Hit the Hut and order a jumbo-size Hawaiian pizza. We'll give it to you at the family-size price. That's over a third more delicious pizza absolutely free. Hit the Hut or hit the phone for free delivery.
Gonna hit the Hut, yeah, Pizza Hut tonight. I fly through life upon a breeze. Life's some bliss until your knees. There's realization, high expectations. So glad it's true. Yes, I always do. I'm one of those who is glad, so glad I'm with you.
Because 2 out of 3 cavities can happen between teeth, we've designed the new Reach Between toothbrush with little bristles to clean between teeth for all the very hard-to-reach places.
It's a lovely day today.
And whatever you've got to do, it would be lovely to be doing it with you.
Fisher & Paykel's commitment to innovation and design has set the standard in whiteware appliances for over 60 years, giving you more time to do the things you'd rather be doing.
There's nothing more to say, except it's a lovely day for saying it's a lovely day.
Levine's summer sale is now on with up to 50% off a huge range of products.
I gotta tell ya, no one puts a sale together better.
Hey, lock up your daughters because they're back. The boys are back in town with Lenny Kravitz. 28 tracks of the best rock. Ugly Kid Joe.
Everything about you.
Kings, Toto, Inner Circle. Alice Cooper, Queen, Foreigner. Mr. Big, Deep Purple, Steppenwolf. They're wild, they're bad. The boys are back in town. It's great rock from StarTel.
Action!
At last, an album worth dressing up for. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. 14 outrageous hits, plus 5 bonus party mixes. There's never been a soundtrack album quite like it.
Hi, I'm the Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign. It's also one of the most powerful and passionate signs of the zodiac. Scorpio is symbolized by the eagle and the scorpion. Two great extremes, really. There's no in-between with Scorpios. I've got a lot of drive and ambition. If it's something that I really want to do, I'll follow it and I'll do it properly. I won't do anything half-heartedly. Of course, I won't do anything that I really don't want to do either. No one can make me do something that doesn't interest me. I really love to travel and do really unusual things, exotic things. The Scorpion sign likes to look beneath the surface of things. I really like to penetrate people's minds and find out what they're really thinking about things. Try to solve their problems and help them in any way, even though sometimes I don't apply my own advice to my own life. I guess that's one of my faults as well. I'm an intensely jealous person. I'm very revengeful also. I hold grudges. I tend to boil inside, you know. Instead of discussing something openly, I'll often let it brew inside me until it's to the point where it's irreparable. I'll end up holding this grudge for the rest of my life and never ever fixing it. Scorpio is the most sexual sign of the zodiac. We're very passionate, very sensual. I like seductive scenarios. Scorpios are very, very stubborn people. They don't take very lightly to criticism, unfortunately. That is a fault. If someone constructively criticizes me, I can't cope with it.
Donna, in order to understand Scorpio, it's good to know a few things about Scorpions. They hide, and when they do come out, they come out vulnerable and hyper alert. They can hardly see, so they protect themselves well. Whenever somebody crosses the path of a Scorpion, they react with either fear or fascination or both. This is also true of Scorpios, who are often left wondering why people don't approach them.
I like the thrill of the chase. I am attracted to people that look at me but don't actually come and approach me in that kind of way. I like to be able to chase someone, and that's very thrilling for me. If someone shows their interest too much, then, I don't know, I'm not very interested after that. I don't like it to be easy, you see. My perfect match is Capricorn and Pisces. Scorpio women make very good wives for men in powerful positions. We're kind of the power behind the throne, spurring on the husband, keeping his ego high, feeding him with information and pushing him in the right direction, always. We like to see our man succeed. We're certainly not hiding behind our man, but we take great pride and also stand right beside them the whole way.
Like the ram, the Aries ventures headfirst into everything. We're lively, we've got bright personalities, we're strong-willed, we've got a strong personality, and we're very daring. We like rock climbing, which is why Wave Rock was a perfect spot. We're very independent. We like to be the leader in everything. We don't like to be the one tagging behind. We lead the others on. We're very active people, the Aries. We always like to think of new ideas and don't like to be bored because we get bored very easily. We're always involved in different activities. Aries are very enthusiastic people. We like to initiate the ideas. We often like to have lots of business ideas going on at one time, and so we dive headfirst into each of them. Aries are very headstrong people. We have a me-first attitude and love to be the centre of attention, and I guess we should sit down and listen to people more. Aries person has a very fiery, quick temper, and we're not short of telling people what we really feel very quickly, and sometimes that's the wrong thing to say at the wrong time. But because Aries are very childlike, we like to scream out and tell everyone how we feel and why we feel it, and a few seconds later we'll probably think, oh, I said the wrong thing, I'm very sorry. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and so we're compared often to the infant of childhood. We have many childhood-like qualities. We like playing in water. We like referring back to our childhood and bringing qualities of our games into adulthood. Aries are very optimistic people. We have a lot of faith and are very loyal. Aries often have dreams of meeting Mr. Prince Charming, and so we set a lot of ideals and heavy goals to find the right man. We like loyalty in a man. We don't like them quite as dominant as we are. We like them to be cheerful and energetic so they can keep up with us. We are often attracted to Leos, Pisces, Sagittarians, and Geminis. We don't like playboys or charmers, and we have to have someone who's there to stand by us in any situation. I like to be the one who makes the first advance in relationships and romance, and I'm always willing to give up time and money to follow that relationship. In every Aries woman, there's a little childlike, innocent girl who needs the right man to come along and nurture that. Aries people do have a secret fear that we won't be liked or valued by other people. A good impression is sought after by the Aries person.
I love being pampered. I love pampering myself. It's one of the luxuries, I guess, in life. I love rose petals. I love the smell of roses. Besides rose petals, I also love bubble bath, bath oils, and lotions to soothe my skin. And I love a massage as well. I'm a very stubborn person. I hate being told what to do. I like making up my own mind about what I do, and I like to do it when I want to do it. I'm very opinionated. My opinion always has to be heard in front of everybody, and before anyone else's usually gets in as well. I like my opinion to be the first one heard. Taurians are very straightforward. Don't waste any time on telling anybody what we think of them. This doesn't mean that I'm not sensitive to other people's feelings. I will always take those into account. It's just that I feel that honesty is the best way to go. My friends often tell me that I'm very bossy. I know that I am, and I always apologise for it. I yell and scream and shout and everything else, but that's just how I am.